Welcome back to Dano Does Things. This week we are doing a super easy sewing project, the 1 hour zipper pouch. Don't look at my gross towel that I use for ironing, instead look at this pouch with a stylish wool on the outside and a fun floral pattern on the inside. Okay, I hate sewing zippers and I did this with minimal confusion and only slight wonkiness, and I think you can do it too. Let's go back to a time when this wasn't doing a great job of holding my things and being awesome. The first thing you are going to need is a zipper. The zipper is going to determine the width of your bag, so you need to start with that. I thrifted this zipper, but you can get whichever kind you'd like. Now, zippers are usually measured from this part to this part, but for this project you want to measure the whole tab, so mine is 10.5 inches. Your bag can be as deep as you want it to be, but this is going to determine how wide it is. You'll need 2 rectangles of your outside fabric, so that's the 10.5 inches, and mine is 7 inches long, and there's 2 of them there. Then you'll need 2 rectangles for your lining fabric with the same width and length measurements, so you'll end up with 4 identically sized rectangles of fabric. I like to do a heavier fabric for the outside and a softer, lighter material on the inside. Begin with one of your lining pieces with the right side of the fabric facing up. Take your zipper and line it up to the top edge with the zipper head facing up. Then you want to grab your outer fabric and place it on top with the right side facing down, making a nice little zipper sandwich. Then you're going to want to pin or carefully clip along this edge. I like to use lots just to make sure it's lined up well. So again, you have your liner fabric and outer fabric with right sides facing each other, and the zipper in between with the zipper head up touching the outer fabric. Now we're going to do a straight stitch along this edge using the zipper foot of your sewing machine. Start with the zipper head all the way to one end and sew from the other end, nice and close to the zipper. When you get over halfway, stop with your needle down in your fabric and lift the presser foot. Go in between the fabric and move the zipper head from below to above the presser foot. You don't want to have to sew around the zipper head, it's much too bulky. Then finish sewing, remembering to backstitch at both the beginning and end. You are now done half of the hard stuff, so take a tea and cookie break if you need it, because zippers are the worst. After your break, grab your iron. Open up the fabric sandwich so that the zipper is resting on the lining fabric, and press the outer fabric so you get a nice crisp line by the zipper. Move the zipper head around as much as you need. Close the zipper up and grab your second piece of lining fabric. Lay that down right side facing up and align your zipper panel along the top edge. Then take your second piece of outer fabric and lay it on top, right side down. You should have the zipper sandwich that goes lining, zipper, outer, pin or clip, making it nice and straight. Repeat sewing with a straight stitch on this side. Reminder that the 2 pieces we already sewed will be between the pieces we're sewing now, but we should only be sewing through one lining piece, one side of the zipper, and one outer piece. You should now be able to lay your pieces flat with the outer pieces on top when the zipper head is up and the lining pieces on the bottom. Then go take another break because the zipper is done and you deserve it. Press from both sides along the zipper so it's nice and crisp. Now you're going to top stitch on either side of the zipper so your fabric doesn't get caught in the zipper. This stitch will be visible, so pick a matching or contrasting thread color. Once your top stitch is done, put your zipper at least halfway down so there's a big enough space for you to put your hand through. Now we're going to sew the outside, sewing the lining right sides together and the outer fabric right sides together. The zipper teeth should be facing towards the lining fabric like so. Line up all the edges and then pin together, marking a space a few inches long along the lining edge that you aren't going to sew. You can switch back to your normal presser foot for this part. Now, my machine is old and sometimes struggles, so I got this little tangle, but that's alright. If you aren't seam ripping when you're sewing, then you're some kind of goddess of sewing who is perfect and amazing. With that cleared up, we'll sew all the way around, starting from one side of the gap along the lining fabric and going all the way around to the other side of the gap. When you get to the corners, keep your needle in the fabric and lift your presser foot to pivot the fabric and make nice right corners. You may also, like me, struggle to go over the zipper area as it can be pretty thick, but just gently coax your fabric through and it should be okay. I would give you some nice sewing machine ASMR here, but my machine sounds like a toddler screaming if that toddler also had a squeaky toy in their mouth, so I'll spare you. Now hopefully you aren't as bad at cutting 90-degree angles as I am, but if you are, you can trim the edges so they're all even. Then everyone should trim the corners to alleviate some bulk there. Turn the entire thing right side out using the hole you left in the lining and the opening in the zipper that you left, and you can use something like chopsticks to poke out the corners. Your very last sewing step is to close the hole in the lining. You can make it look really clean and do it by hand, but I said this would take an hour and I've already authorized 2 break times, so you can just do a quick straight stitch right along the edge with the raw edge tucked in. Then it's time to stuff the lining in the bag and to give the pouch a final press with your iron so that you can pretend you are a professional. My iron just started spitting dirty water onto my pouch, but, you know, it's fine. And that is it. If your zipper closes and you can put stuff in it, then you have successfully made a zippered pouch. Mine is just like me, a little wonky, but it still works. If you liked this tutorial, please like this video and why not subscribe? I post crafty videos every Wednesday. Thanks for watching and we'll see you next week.